Hey guys and gals, I got a short declutter video for you. Just some stuff I found around the house, my daughter's found around the house, that we just don't want anymore. So I've also got this big blue tub that they're all going to go in, and then we'll start with these scarves, so I can just chunk them all over in there. This is a beautiful pashmina scarf. I absolutely love it. I love the colors of it and everything. But I wear scarves never. I only ever bought it because it was so pretty. And now I'm, having a hard time getting rid of it. I don't know if it shows in the video, but it's got a lot of gold sparkled in this. It is absolutely beautiful. But we're going to have to get rid of that. I'm going to chunk that right on in there. This one right here is very long, beautiful silk scarf that actually came with a very beautiful dress that is no more. And we kept the scarf because it is so pretty, but nobody wears it. Bye. Okay. So, this is actually a bag full of gemstones from gem mining over the years, and I had a whole bunch of them, but it's time for these to go. I kept my very favorites. I put them in a big vase, but we're going to let this little bag of rocks go. Alright. I kicked up some dust when I done that. This is a bodysuit meant to restore posture and everything. I'm not going to show it to you completely, but, you know, it's just meant to hold your body up a little bit and give you a little bit more posture. Some high heel pointy toe shoes that we bought at the GoodWill and nobody ever wore. Goodbye. Goodbye. Knee-high boots that have seen better days. Maybe somebody can love them, or the GoodWill can just chunk them on out. These are fake ice cubes in a cup that lost its lid long ago, so we're going to let go of that. This is a $200 real corset. It was very, very expensive, brand new. It was actually a gift when I ran a website back years ago for plus size web models, and I did wear it in some photos. You know, I might actually be able to sell that to old fans. So I'm going to put this to the side and see if I can sell it to some fans. I do have still some people that talk to me, so we'll see about that. If not, we'll just ship it on to the GoodWill. Alright. Fuzzy socks. Always sound like a great idea, but I am a barefoot person. Even in the wintertime, I don't care how cold it gets. I never put these on. Ever. And I had 4 or 5 pair. Winter just passed, and I never touched them, and they had some fur balls on them. This is what it looks like to have a Labrador Retriever. His hair is on literally everything. Let me put that down for just a second. Get that off. And now we're going to chuck these over here in the goodbye bin. A belt that I don't think anybody ever wore, and if they did not wear it much. So goodbye. Set that corset over there. Another belt that got no use, but has been shipped around the house and moved from place to place for 5 years. Glasses case I doubt anybody ever used. A brand new purse. Very cute, very nice. It was actually from an Amazon seller that wanted me to do a review on it. And I think I did before Amazon changed their review policies. But I really don't know what I'll do with it. I probably won't ever use this, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Here's a purse my daughter carried for a long while. It's actually still not in bad shape. There's nothing special about it. It's an Ellie bag, though. It's right nice. Good soft leather. But it's time for it to go back to the GoodWill where we found it. This I actually bought brand new at Walmart, and it never got used, not one single time. You see there's some damage on it. That's just from it being around the house. There's some stuff right here, but it's hard and crispy, so it can be wiped down and got off if somebody wants it. If not, GoodWill, like I said, can just throw it on away. It's just dusty and never been used, not one time, and I paid $10 for it. Oh well, goodbye. This was my favorite hand lotion. It's Paris Amour. It is Bath & Body Works. The first bottle I got, I used all up. I loved it. I bought the second little bottle and just never even touched it. Never used it. Every once in a while, I'll pick it up and think, I'm going to use this, and I never do. So, it can go to the GoodWill. Or probably Storehouse for Jesus, actually, will get that. some other stuff that's never been used. I'm going to put that in last since it didn't have a way to keep it from spraying, but it's going in the thing. Just an empty sunglass case that nobody ever uses. It's all dusty and dirty, but we no longer have need for it. More socks. Another Amazon review item that's got hair all over it. Again, product of having a lab. It's the worst shitting dogs I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, it's a pouch to hold an MP3 player or a small cell phone on your arm when you go for runs and stuff. This right here is cool. This is a light that comes on when you're in the vicinity. What do you call it? Motion detection, motion sensor lights. This one takes 4 AAA batteries, and I have several of these that are rechargeable, so I don't need this one. Goodbye. I actually just bought this at GoodWill for my daughter as a little wallet. I guess she didn't like it because she put it into the donation bin. These are 2 really decent pillowcases. But no matter how much I wash them, no matter what I do to them, it feels like I've been touching insulation. Little prickly things, or like my fingers have been stabbed by stuff. So, while the blanket doesn't do that, we're keeping the comforter that came with it. These 2 pillowcases can go to a new home. Earphones that do work, 2 pair, but nobody's using them, and we've got tons. So those are going to go bye-bye. A little Bible. A New Testament, and we have just big Bibles, so I don't think anybody's ever even used this one. Now, this is a little bit sentimental, or actually it was quite a bit sentimental. I don't know if, yeah, we get you to zoom in, there we go. My sister bought this for me 19 years ago, the day before I had my son, from GoodWill for, I think, 50 cents. I think it was made in Italy and all that, but oh, something was touching me. Sorry, it was the earphones. They fell out of the box. And she's pretty. She really is. But I think it's just time to let her go. It's just a little piece of plastic, and I don't need it. Alright. This one, the ugliest thing I have ever seen, which is also sentimental. My son's best friend, who also calls me his mom once in a while, gave this to me, probably because his mom hated it. He gave it to me as a gift, and for that reason, I kind of hate to get rid of it. But at the same time, this is the ugliest thing, and I have accidentally scared myself with it a couple times when it's gotten to areas I didn't expect it to be, or it got moved. But it's glass, it's heavy glass, my grandson wants to play with it. And I'm just going to have to let this go. I did take pictures so that I could save them to my sentimental items as far as remembering them and knowing what they look like. But it's gone. It's gone. It's goodbye. Thank you, Hunter, though. I love you for giving it to me. This book, my daughter begged for one. Absolutely begged for one at the Renaissance Fair. I didn't get her one there, but we ended up getting one on Wish. Wasn't but $1, but it came being much smaller than we thought. She never even used it. It ended up in her goodbye bag, so goodbye bag. Actually, I might use that. This was another thing my daughter had, and it's seen its better days. She put this through its wears. She used to clip this to her belt and everything else, and it kept her phone, it kept her, anything she wanted to carry with her was in this pouch with her at all times for several years. So through junior high and most of high school. But now I guess she's ready to let go of it, so I am going to toss this right on over into the goodbye bin. This was my son's eyeglass case. He had some really nice Armani glasses. He got like 2 weeks before he had a serious accident and busted the glasses all to pieces. He was riding an ATV and went through the back of an old Blazer that was sitting in the yard at full speed and was nearly killed, but luckily somehow he was okay after a little concussion and everything, and trip to the hospital with an ambulance. But we don't need the case anymore. This is a MP3 player. You can actually load this with songs or hook your cell phone to it, put it into your lighter, and play from your song, from your music. If you have like an old radio in your car, this allows you to use your new devices with your music. This is unopened, but I have absolutely no use for it. It was another Amazon review item that I did check out, I did use and did review. But, yeah. I just have no need for it. We have new radios. Goodbye. This, another Amazon review item, right here, is actually like a bathing suit cover-up. Again, it's a lot of fringe. This kind of material to me is hot. I've never been much on big floral patterns anyway. So, well, it's beautiful and I really appreciate it. And I kept it around because I love the way it looks and how pretty it is. It's another thing I will never use. So, goodbye. Alright. MP3 player, another Amazon review item. I did check out, I did try out, test, it works fine. But it's not for me, don't need it. We all have cell phones with music on it. This is actually a scarf from the GoodWill that is for, sorry about the dust on everything, took it all out of the storage to show you. But this is like a shamrock, what do you call it? A scarf, a small scarf, just to wear on St. Patrick's Day. So nobody peaches you. Not keeping that for one day a year. This is pretty. My daughter put this in her let go pile. And I have no need for it either, so we're going to put that in that box too. Another Amazon review item. But it's actually, this one's actually pretty cool. And every time I see it, I change my mind about it. But then I see this little piece right here. No, I'm not really good at fixing jewelry. So we're going to let this go ahead and go to somebody who might be able to tidy that up a bit. These earrings are really pretty. They are lightweight, or they seem to be lightweight. They're made out of absolutely hardly nothing. But once you put them in your ears, they get really heavy. I've worn them maybe 3 times in 5 years, so they're going to the goodbye pile too. All right. Now we're getting some more brand new stuff. Another Amazon review item. It does work. It works great. It works fine. It's gotten used maybe a handful of times in my household. My phone was too big for it. My children tried to use it, but they just ended up leaving it laying around, so it was just basically a bust. And it was free, so, you know, I'm not losing anything. Somebody at GoodWill can enjoy it. This is like a little witchcraft book. It's right cute. It's got little enchantments and spells and such in it. A while back we had a bunch of this stuff, but as people grow up and grow out of things, you know, some of these things just aren't needed anymore. So somebody can have that. This is I believe this is a Victoria's Secret. I don't like the smell of this. I think it stinks. It was given to my daughter by another little girl, and my daughter gave it to me when she decided she didn't want it, and I still don't like it, so it's gotta go. This one's called Grace, I think, just Grace, and it's not a very nice smell either, so we're gonna let those go too. This is a tiny humidifier, and it can go too because nobody cares about it. I've got 3 humidifiers in the house. Well, I've got 3 diffusers. This is just a humidifier. I really don't have any need for just a humidifier, so we're gonna let that go. These are plant watering spikes. There's 4 of them, nice size. They're really good, but I just don't need them because we use a real garden, and our small planters, you can see everything's cluttered over there. We're working on that, but they don't really need them. Those plants only need water about once every 10 days or so. This casts lights on the ceiling, pretty lights. Unfortunately, it's just not very bright unless you take the top off of it, and then it's not all that cute when you take the top off of it. So we're going to let that go. And a blanket. The last thing, I believe. Oh, no. A blanket here. There was another Amazon review item. Okay. Nice item, but I just don't need them because they actually sent me like 7 or 8 of these. And I've already stored most of them in our winter things. But this one, I don't care for this one as much. So I'm going to go ahead and let this go to Storehouse for Jesus for somebody who might need a little thin blanket. And believe it or not, this has been washed. Everything here is clean, and it just doesn't look like it because this is the dustiest place in the house. And then my daughter has a fedora she's going to let go. Don't know that it's worth very much, but I don't know. She got a kick out of it for a few years. But anyway, all that stuff's going. Enjoy, folks.